mansion stood before me like a dark sentinel, its imposing facade cloaked in shadows. As I crossed the threshold, a shiver ran down my spine, a premonition of the unsettling tales that had become entwined within its walls. Each step echoed through the grand hallway, reverberating with a sense of foreboding that seemed to permeate the very air. The first story, a chilling rumor passed down through generations, centered around a cursed mirror that had once adorned the mansion's grand foyer. According to local lore, this mirror possessed an insidious power. Anyone who dared gaze into it would be confronted by their most profound fears. The tale went that a young man, seeking to challenge the curse's validity, had locked eyes with his own reflection. Yet, what stared back at him were the grotesque embodiments of his deepest anxieties. Overwhelmed, he descended into madness, his sanity shattered as completely as the mirror itself. As I navigated the hallway's dim corridors, I couldn't ignore a glimmering fragment at my feet. There, amidst the debris, lay the remnants of the cursed mirror. Its pieces, scattered like a jigsaw puzzle of dread, seemed to exude a malevolent energy, casting an unsettling aura over the room. The legend was real, and the mirror's shattered state only heightened the sense of impending doom. The second story, equally unsettling, revolved around a family that had once called this mansion home. Mysterious disappearances had plagued them, each member vanishing without a trace. The local townspeople spoke of ghostly whispers and distant screams that occasionally drifted from the mansion's windows. Intrigued and morbidly fascinated, I entered what appeared to be the family's old living room. It was as if time had frozen within those walls, with faded wallpaper and aged furniture telling a tale of a life interrupted. A dusty journal lay open on a table, its pages filled with ink that had long since dried. I read the accounts of each family member, the creeping paranoia, the escalating dread, and the haunting realization that they were being consumed by something beyond explanation. The journal hinted at fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures and eerie apparitions, each encounter driving them to the brink of insanity before they vanished completely. As the hours slipped away, an icy wind seemed to flow through the mansion, its haunting whispers coalescing into a symphony of dread. My flashlight, my only source of comfort, flickered and died, leaving me vulnerable to the encroaching darkness. Panic clawed at my chest as I navigated the inky blankness, stumbling over unseen obstacles. A faint sobbing reached my ears, a mournful lament that seemed to reverberate from all directions. Compelled by a mixture of fear and curiosity, I followed the plaintive cries, which led me to a room illuminated by a feeble, flickering light. In the corner, a figure sat huddled, its back turned to me. My breath caught in my throat as I watched the figure slowly turn, revealing a face twisted in agony, a distorted reflection of my own terror cast upon the fractured remnants of the cursed mirror. A primal scream tore itself from my throat, blending with the echoes of countless other cries that had resonated through the mansion over the years. The two disparate stories had converged, their threads weaving together into a tapestry of unfathomable horror. In that pivotal moment, I comprehended that this mansion was more than just a physical space. It was a vessel, a conduit for the darkest facets of human existence. As the malevolent presence drew near, its spectral form seemed to take on an essence of the mansion itself. Hollow eyes fixated upon me, and the oppressive weight of despair hung in the air like a suffocating fog. A shadowy hand extended towards me, a manifestation of the horrors that had unfurled within these walls for decades. In that chilling climax, my voice joined the cacophony of terror that had haunted this mansion, a desperate cry for salvation from the malevolent entity that had become the embodiment of fear itself. The cursed mirror, the tormented family, the sinister whispers. They all merged into a symphony of dread, a symphony that echoed eternally within the haunted mansion's walls. And, as I stood on the precipice of this living nightmare, I could only hope that the stories and the souls imprisoned within would one day find release from this twisted realm of horror.